Hello, Jonathan here with Internal Audit, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the poly system. So the first thing you have to make sure is that all the wires are connected properly. So there's a Type C cable, a USB Type C, that's plugged into the Promethean board along with an HDMI cable. This is always plugged into the system, so you won't have to worry about this. Just make sure that they're plugged into the Promethean board. Next step is to turn on the Promethean board, and then you're going to turn on the wireless keyboard and mouse. Next step, we're going to go to the IES profile, and the password for this is 12345. Now while this is loading up, something to mention is you'll have a TCA, and this is always going to be connected to the network, and the poly system is also connected to the network. But like I said, these are usually always plugged in, so you won't have to worry about that. Going back over to the Promethean board, right here, you're going to bring up the menu, and then you're going to click on source, and it's going to use the OPS system. Now this is the operating system, it's like Windows. So as we open it up, the password is going to be IAS with an A as the A. So it's a capital I, it's the at sign, and it's an S. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do Team and Zooms. So we're starting off with Teams. So use the mouse and we click the Team tab on the smartboard. Now, once Microsoft Teams is fully loaded up, you're going to want to go to the Calendar tab. Now, in the Calendar tab, you can see all scheduled appointments. So, to join a meeting, you can either join with an ID, and this is where you'd enter the meeting ID number and the meeting passcode, or you can just simply meet now, or you can schedule a meeting for the future. And by doing that, you click New Meeting on this side. Now, once you click that, to look at or to actually set up the meeting, you're going to want to close this tab, and you can see the section for it. So you'll add the title, and then this is where you add the participants. And by doing this, you can just enter their email addresses. So for example, I have mine saved, and Miss Diana's, and whoever you'd like to invite. So you can add all of them. A recommendation is to add your own personal account or your own personal email, and it will sync with your government email once you accept the link. And you can enter location and new meeting information and the times. Now for the purpose of this video, we'll just do new meeting. Now once you're ready to start a meeting, like with me now, it shows you a preview of your video and also your microphone. Now, to turn on your video with the system, you're going to use the TCA. So on the TCA, you need to click device mode. Once you click device mode, everything loads up. You can also control your mute button and your volume level on the TCA. So you can put this wherever you like in the room, whoever's going to be controlling the meeting. Now if we go back over to the Promethean board, you can see it tracks whoever's moving. It also tracks who's speaking in the room. So the camera will soon pick me up as it goes to voice and movement. So there I am. And if, like I said before, if you mute the mic on this, it will mute it on that. It might not show up that it's muted, but it is muted because the system is connected to the poly system, because using the mic on the poly system. And that's how you use Microsoft Teams with the poly system. Now I'll be showing you how to use Zooms with the poly system. Now everyone should be very familiar with Zoom, but just in case, I'll be doing a quick run through. So to test the video and audio capabilities, you will go to the Settings tab, and then go to Video, and the poly system is now turned off because we need to click device mode on the TCA. So once I click device mode, it will now turn on the camera. So we can see that the camera is now working. If I step into it, it zooms into the participant that's moving in the room, and it also follows the voice. So it's back on me. Then we're gonna test the audio once again, and you'll test the speaker and just make sure that the sound is coming from the TCA. And you can also test the mic. So as I'm talking right now, it's recording me, and then I'll play something. Well, play my voice back to me. And you can also test the mic. So as I'm talking right now, so we can see that everything is working. Now to create a meeting, all you gotta do is click schedule, and you can schedule the meeting as you like, using the time zone you would like, also the date and time, and with the correct details. You can also put your participants in a waiting room before, and yeah. And once you have this meeting created, you can then use your email to send out the invitation as normal. And that's how you use the poly system on the Promethean board with Zoom. Now, I'll be showing you how to connect a laptop to the poly system and to the Promethean board. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get a loose HDMI cable. So the loose HDMI cable has to be plugged into the Promethean board and to your laptop. So in this case, we're using HDMI 3. So we will now plug the HDMI cable to the laptop. The next step is taking the USB Type-C from the poly system and placing it into the laptop. So I'm now removing it from the Promethean board and placing it to the laptop. Now my laptop will have the capabilities of the poly system and the capabilities of, well, being a projector onto the Promethean board. And now I'll go to settings and just show you. Now my camera is on, well, my Zoom account is using the blurrier background, so it's only picking me up. But as you can see, it's using this camera, and it'll also use the audio system from it as well. And it'll be the same with the mic. Thank you for watching. Now, or you can schedule a meeting for the future. So in schedule for a meeting for the future, it might open up a new tab. So you're going to go to Teams on the bottom and go to the new meeting tab. So you can either do a meet now, or you can do a new meeting. So the new meeting allows you to create a meeting for the future. So if I click this,